As a student at this university, I would like to bring to the attention of the housing department a particular problem that many students, not just myself, grow tired of dealing with. The water fountains found in most dorms and academic buildings are out of date and very frustrating to use on a daily basis. More specifically, this presentation will cover the facts surrounding how the fountains are inefficient in both cost and the waste that they produce. Also, the deteriorating fountains raise concerns when it comes to the student body's health. I propose and will go into detail a new model of water fountains that can be installed in Hillenbrand Hall at first and then spread to other buildings across campus. Now that I've mentioned my topic briefly, I would like to dive into the current problem with unsafe drinking water. According to the National Resource Defense Council, there are 3 reasons for why water is deemed unsafe: pollution, rundown facilities, and aging pipes. Now, the first reason is that the communities surrounding the water source does not protect their water from pollution. Although there are laws regulating pollution in the city of West Lafayette, the Wabash River is infamous for being unclean and unsafe to swim in, especially unsafe to drink. Those of you familiar with the water utility systems might say, hey, we don't get water from the Wabash, and you are very true. In fact, West Lafayette gets its drinking water from a total of 8 large-scale wells located in 2 water fields. The water company in charge, Indiana American Water, talks on their website where these wells are located, as well as how they are arranged. The closest one is within a 10 minutes drive from the Wabash. Now, Purdue administration say that the close proximity of the Wabash does not affect the wells, but with runoff and rainwater coming directly from a polluted river, I would not like to leave the students' well-being to chance. Now that you have heard about the well fields and the pollution, you may ask, why not just move the water wells completely? As the author of the book, Handbook of Environment and Waste Management, Hung, pointed out, this entire remodeling is a costly endeavor and can run the city anywhere from millions to billions of dollars. Because of this cost, suggesting a new water fountain that is a built-in filter is a better solution. The second reason for drinking water to be named unsafe would be the fact that the treatment and water facilities are out of date. This can cause contaminants to get into the water, which in turn can affect the entire area's health. The wastewater treatment facility's website for West Lafayette spells out the current condition of the facility very nicely. The website gives a very good detailed list on the construction updates and projects that have been implemented in their system. In fact, West Lafayette's facilities are among the most modernized in the country, due partly to engineers from Purdue. In the case of water treatment facilities, Purdue and West Lafayette as a whole do not really have to worry about it for now. While the pollution in water wells present a costly solution, the last reason for unsafe drinking water is more practical to deal with. Heidi Murillo, the faculty manager of Hillenbrand Hall, spoke to me about the piping in my residence dorm. Although 20 years ago when this hall was built, the whole dorm was revolutionary and brand new, it has since aged. With age comes deteriorating pipes. These pipes can have a largely negative effect on the students living in the residence hall. For one, lead from the pipes can be found in contaminated water. The EPA has linked increased lead levels in drinking water to many negative side effects, including headaches and brain damage, to name a few. Not only does lead present a problem, but the cracks and faults in aging pipes can lead to certain pathogens or germs getting into the water supply. In a college dorm atmosphere, sickness and germs can be spread more rapidly than most other places, due to the close proximity of everyone on the floor. With a new filtered water fountain, this will eliminate any contaminants in the water and thus eliminate any sickness. Now that I've discussed the problem that is currently exists in the drinking water, I would like to take some time to talk about another possible solution that many resort to: bottled water. The problem with bottled water is twofold. The first problem is the waste produced both making the bottles and also from the bottles themselves. According to Todd Jarvis, a professor at Oklahoma State University, the production of water bottles worldwide uses 72 billion gallons of water. This is an extremely wasteful process, so why do people continue to buy them? Many consumers believe that bottled water is safer and healthier than what comes from the tap, when in fact bottled water can be the same if not worse for you because of the chemicals found in the plastic. Many bottles of water can have traces of these harmful toxins in the water if exposed to heat or just left alone for a long time. You would think that the government would regulate these bottles and the process involved in making them, right? Well, to an extent they do, but it's a two-step process. While the FDA regulates the chemicals in the bottles, the EPA regulates the water itself. Since there are 2 entirely separate organizations running this, there leaves room for many things to be missed. Janet Jemmett, a writer for Reader's Digest, wrote in her journal explaining, in fact, 60 to 70% of bottles are free of FDA regulation. The waste and health hazards makes this solution impractical for a college student, and it is impractical for a college to encourage students to use bottled water. Another big solution that exists in the current drinking fountains are how inefficient they really are. Every time a student goes to fill up the bottle, about half a cup or so of water is lost to spilling out the top. Now, from my research poll that I set up, I'm able to conclude that the average floor of 30 people refill their bottles of water up about 58 times. This translates to 29 cups of water wasted a day, or 6,690 cups per academic year per floor. Having 8 floors with 2 sides, Hillenbrand Hall wastes on average about 6,690 gallons. And as you can see, that is my poll that I hung up on the elevator door. Now, after hearing the dangers that exist in our current drinking water and the flaws in other solutions, I would like to begin to discuss my solution. The Elkay water fountain is a new and more modern design. It costs about $2,400 per fountain, but the savings far outweigh the initial cost. With the data from Electric Drinking Water, an online water source calculator, we would save about $8,500 in Hillenbrand Hall alone. This was calculated by using the waste water per year in Hillenbrand, 6,690 gallons, and multiplying it by the cost of a gallon of water according to that calculator, about $1.27. Now, with more and more savings each year, it will only take about 5 years to completely pay off the initial cost of the fountains for all of Hillenbrand Hall. In fact, it puts Purdue University in the green by $5,000. This is more than enough to account for any maintenance problems that the fountains might have, even though a 15-year warranty on the fountains exists, so this is a rare happening. As you can see, the current fountains leave little to be desired, especially when it comes to the health issues and the waste produced. There are many other possible solutions, including bottled water and changing the water wells, but most would not be effective or cost efficient. This is why the Elkay Model drinking fountain is the path to take. Purdue stands as a technologically advanced institute that boasts having some of the best and most modern facilities in the country. If we are to stay among the top, we need to adapt, and this can start with drinking fountains. Thank you.